Okay. Hello guys, welcome to another video. So I want to talk about like what I'm seeing in the smartphone space right now, because these are videos that I sometimes get on YouTube that I want to listen to. I want information like this, but I hardly ever see them, because right now the way the YouTube space is, especially tech YouTube or smartphone YouTube as I like to call it, it's about like waiting for the latest product to review. And I really don't blame people who like their entire channel is centered around review. In fact, review is another byword for tech YouTuber now. People who do reviews, that should be like a subsection of like the YouTube smartphone space. But no, it's basically everything now. It encompasses everything. It's all encompassing. So let's get on with this one. I'm wondering. It's kind of like me, rambling at this point. Is it that like have smartphones peaked, and what's next for the future? Let's get into it. Now, September last month was like, the period of like the year when like lots of new releases come out. I know like there will be further releases sometime in December for Xiaomi, and then probably in January for Samsung. Like these are the big players, these are the people that the movers and the shakers of the industry. And like when the iPhone 14 series came out, because Apple usually starts the season of new releases. Of course I have a blog, so I have to cover these things for like my audience. I have around 5,000 readers monthly, and it's increasing. So please, if you really seriously, if you want like simplified, I know lots of people, there are lots of big sites you could go to, but honestly, if you want like simplified, down to earth, straight to the point smartphone tech information, inquisitiveuniverse.com, that's the place where you should be. Honestly, no playing around. People who use the site, I'm not like, this could be some sort of self-promotion right now, but people who have been using the site will tell you that like it's good stuff in there, right? So let's continue. I have to cover it for my blog, and it was the only new phones there are basically the 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max. And even that, like, new is a stretch. I'm only going to give them the new because of the new 48 megapixel camera and the dynamic island, and maybe the slight increase in size. But basically last year's phones. Now, even if you were to go beyond that, I know somebody would say, hey Jeff, how about the A16 Bionic? Yes, technically it's new, but the leap in performance between the A15 and the A16 isn't really all that huge. What Apple went for this time was that they were consolidating on efficiency and battery consumption as well as heating. So like they went to a lesser fabrication size, and then they were all for efficiency and all that, right? That's that basically. No huge leaps. Like the new iPhone, like there are no trees, or maybe apart from photography per se, but there are no trees that the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max can turn that the iPhone 13 Pro Max didn't turn already. Right now, that's for the iPhone. Let's talk about Google, the Tensor G2. Apart from the prime, sorry, not the prime cores, now the big cores that they changed from A76 to A78, it's basically the same old Google Tensor, right? They just changed the big cores in there from A76 to A78, and then they increased the clock speed of the prime core by 0.05. Right, but it's essentially the same SoC. It's essentially the same SoC. If you were to put the Google Pixel 6 Pro and the Google Pixel 7 Pro side by side, other than a few minute upgrades that Google say that they have done, it's the same phone, right? Now, the Snapdragon, obviously, we know that the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 is it's the same as the Gen 1, but just that like they changed like the fabrication process. I mean, Samsung's fabrication processes are once upon a time, like I was, not just me, I guess people were excited for the new releases. I guess people still are, because channels that talk about like the latest phones, like phones that just came out, they get thousands of views all the way up there. And I think for some this same time last year, I think I tried chasing those stuff, but I mean, I have life that I'm living. This stuff doesn't pay me at all, at least not yet. I hope it does, so that I would have the time to chase the new releases. But like, I mean, I think people who know me and people on my Telegram channel, I told them like it was my mental health was like having to, I can't keep up with people who have like a whole last production crew behind them. No, but I really want to say that I used to be excited for like new releases that came out, but these days I can almost certainly, from the comfort of my chair, predict what, like from the leaks, you put 1 and 2 together and you can almost predict what like the next release is going to be. And it's not really all that exciting anymore. So it's why I'm beginning to wonder if smartphones have peaked, if we should not expect like more stuff, right? Because I don't really know where we can go from here anymore. We're already pushing the boundaries of Moore's law as it is, right? We're already pushing the boundaries. I think Samsung are saying they want to announce a 1.4 nanometer process, but given their history with the latest disasters with the 888 and the 8 Gen 1 and their own Exynos 200, no, I don't really think anyone should be placing their bet on the 1 point. Like at such a fine margin, everything could go wrong, right? So it's kind of like an open discussion. I honestly want to hear what you have to say in the comments. Honestly, I am always in my comments. I always reply, right? I always do. I really want to hear stuff like, have we peaked when it comes to smartphones, and should we really not be expecting anything more? Because as it is now, right now, I think where I'm excited about now is in the mid-range department, where performance keeps going high. I mean, once upon a time, the benchmark for a mid-ranger was a Snapdragon 625, for example, with quad-core SoCs. Now we're seeing Dimensity 920 performance grade in the mid-range segment. So it's a mid-range I'm excited for now, honestly. Like, I have a Snapdragon 720G phone with which I'm recording this right now, and that's how I've been running this channel. And performance-wise, it's actually not just for performance, not just for gaming and apps, but also for like videography, photography, and all that. And I've been able to make magic with this. If you're, I mean, flagships are good. I'm not saying that they aren't, but we are peaking. And since we are starting to peak, I don't really think that like the outrageous prices that we get, you know, like when buying flagship phones, I don't really think that smartphone prices will continue to go up. Yes, you could factor in inflation, cost of production, government, taxes, and all that. But the point is, like, flagships are starting to peak. And I think like most like people in the industry, I think they know this, and so they are starting to they're trying to divert people's attention away, like Apple did. Oh, new camera. I mean, 48 megapixels cameras have been around on Android flagships for the longest, and yeah, Samsung were busy trolling them. And I'm not necessarily a big fan of Samsung, but I was like, Samsung, you go, boy. So I mean, like, people are so wedded, you know, they're so wedded to their brands that Apple have 48 megapixel camera now. Like, it's over. You know, it's not really. Like we're there now. We're bumping up against the edge of the technology, really. And I think smartphones are peaked too, personally, for me. Then again, they could surprise me by December, and this video may age poorly or age badly or age like milk. Yeah, but sorry about that. Yeah, I honestly, I like watching videos like this, and I want to see more people make them, like, you know, thought-provoking videos and stuff. But everybody's chasing after the latest releases. But I guess it's what the viewers want. You know, like sometimes I'm very happy with YouTube for like the recent searches tab that they added in the back, you know, the back end of my of this channel, where I can go and see what lots of subscribers have been searching for, and it's mostly the latest phone. It's dotted with Google Pixel 7, iPhone 14. Like, that's what people want to know. Nobody really want to, like, you know, get a bigger, clearer picture of how things are working and gelling behind the scenes. But that's for that one. As usual, my name is Jeffrey. Please like, subscribe, share, and as always, I will see you next one.